So you've installed your MeshCore repeater up on a roof or a tower, and you heard that there's a new update available, and you want to install it on your repeater so it has the latest and greatest MeshCore features on it. So how do you do this when your repeater is up high or in a difficult to reach place without having to take it down and hook it up to a computer to perform the update? Well, that's what we're going to cover in this, the first video in the MeshCore Decoded series, where we cover the more advanced MeshCore topics. And in this first video, we're going to cover how to remotely update the firmware on a nRF52 based MeshCore repeater like this P1 Pro from Seed Studio I have here to the left of me. So let's go ahead and dig in. Now, one thing to know is that there's basically two types of chips that MeshCore devices can have in them. And we'll run into nRF52 based devices like this L1 Pro or this P1 Pro to the left of me. And there's also ESP32 based devices. And if you remember back to the first MeshCore video called What is MeshCore, we covered how these devices work, which is that your node typically has two radios that get used for communication. And in the case of a handheld node like this one, that you're using here as a companion device, this will be a Bluetooth radio that pairs to your phone, so your mesh device can send and receive messages between the app and the radio. Then there's another radio in here called a LoRa radio, and that's what communicates with the mesh network itself. Now, ESP32 based devices actually have a third radio in them, which is a Wi-Fi radio, whereas devices like this nRF52 do not have this Wi-Fi radio in them, but more on that here in a bit. Now, when it comes to repeaters don't pair to your phone because all they need to do is receive data via the LoRa radio and then repeat it. So due to this, the Bluetooth radio is typically turned off on nRF52 based repeaters, or in the case of ESP32 based repeaters, the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi radio are turned off. Since these extra radios are generally not needed for the repeater communication, they're turned off, and this conserves battery power. However, these radios can be turned on and be used to update the firmware remotely instead of having to take your repeater down off of a roof or a tower and have to hook it up to a computer to run an update. All you have to do is use the remote admin feature on the app to remote into your repeater and run a command to start the over-the-air update process. We'll cover the process on ESP32 based devices in another video. Now, if you followed my video on how to flash and configure a MeshCore repeater, you may remember that I said it was very important to install the OTA bootloader to your device. Now, this only applies to nRF52 based devices, but this OTA bootloader is important because without it, you won't be able to remotely update your repeater safely. The purpose of this OTA bootloader is to allow you to update your repeater over the Bluetooth connection, and if it fails, it'll allow you to restart the process and try again. Without this bootloader, if the process fails, the device gets stuck and you won't be able to run the update without having to climb up to wherever it is and taking it down to hook it up to a computer. So because of that, this OTA bootloader is very important to have, and hopefully you followed the video and installed this before deploying your repeater. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with the process now. So to perform this update over Bluetooth, we're going to need to install an app on the phone to go through this process. Now, there's two apps that I know of that can be used for this, and one is from the nRF52 chip manufacturer, and that app is called nRF Connect. And there's another tool from MTools, and this one's called MTools BLE. MTools BLE is the easiest and what I recommend for this process, so that's what we're going to go through in this video. Now, this repeater next to me here needs an update, so let's go and go through that process together. All right, so let's go ahead and log on to our repeater here by putting in the password and then hit login. And here you can see we're logged in as admin, and let's go ahead and go to the command line and type in the command ver, and that'll give us our current version, which is 1.16, which is outdated because we're on 1.17 now. Now, to begin the update process, we'll need to send another command called start OTA. And what this will do is turn on the Bluetooth on our repeater, and you can see here it says OK, and then it gives us the MAC address of our device. So now that we've done that, we can go ahead and open up the MTools app, and that'll take us to a welcome screen. We can just hit skip on that and then hit done. Now this first screen is for cards, which we're not worried about, and what we want to select is the tool option on the bottom right here. Then on the bottom left, you can see we have the MeshCore option. So let's go and go to that and then hit the MeshCore option at the top here. And that's going to update the device list. And once that's updated, we can just swipe down this screen here and then select MeshCore. And we're going to be updating a repeater. So for the type, go ahead and select repeater firmware. Then the next thing we'll need to do is change the device. So go and select that. And since we're updating a SenseCAP solar repeater, we're going to go ahead and select that. And that'll download a zip file that you can see here. And once that is downloaded, we can hit choose. You may have to allow the app to use the Bluetooth connection. And you'll see a Bluetooth device called SenseCAP Solar OTA, and we'll go and hit connect for that. Now we can hit start, and for number of packets, I've left this at 8 and have been successful with that, so I typically just leave this at 8. So we'll go and do that and hit OK on that. Now once you see DFU mode entered, nothing will happen after this, and this is where a lot of people get stuck. Once you see that DFU mode entered, we need to hit abort, because that DFU mode entered creates a new Bluetooth device that we'll have to connect to. So let's go and hit abort. Now that we've aborted, we can hit choose again. And you'll see we see a new device called SCAP DFU. So let's go and connect to that one. All right, so we've connected to that. Now we can go ahead and hit start again, and we'll leave this at 8 again. And here you can see it's started the update process. So we'll fast forward through this part because it does take a couple minutes. And here we've reached 100%, and once it does reach 100%, your repeater should reboot. So let's head back to the repeater admin and run that vir command again. And as you can see here, we're on 1.17.1, which means the update was successful. That'll do it for this first video in the MeshCore Decoded series, and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below, because we're just getting started in this series and we have much more content on the way. Thank y'all and have a good one.